First off, let me just say that this was an aesthetic treat. The movie was, if nothing else, visually beautiful and appealing. It's like the triple love child of Inception, A Kaleidoscope, and LSD. It was truly a wonder to look at. Not that I know what it's like to be on LSD, but you get the point. And that's about all the good I can say about the movie. The acting was on par for the actors in question, and I rarely noticed any strangeness, haha, pun, in Benedict's performance, so I moved past the horrific delivery choices they used during the trailers for this movie. And they were terrible. Let me say, they gave me very low expectations for what the movie was going to hold. The villain was well played, but overall lackluster. There was a big bad, air quotes there, who didn't really do a whole lot, and the actual antagonist played well with what little he had to do, by Le Chiffre, the guy with the bloody tears. The villain had no solid motivation, or for that matter, drive. He kind of just shows up, kills some people, and says, hey, I'm going to go destroy these things now, so, don't try to stop me or whatever. And fires finger guns, silently mouthing pew pew. They try to give exposition on him being the way he is because of such and such a reason. But that backstory falls so flat and has so little to do with what he does or why he does it that it felt like they could have made up any reason that would have functioned equally as poorly. Like, I'm going to be evil now because I dropped my ice cream and the world isn't fair and my music choices are a reflection of my inner torment, Mom. So everyone has to die. Pew pew, more finger guns. It would have made just as much sense. Instead, we get secondary characters saying some bullshit of entirely unequal value to ending the world as the cause of him joining the dark side, or whatever it is. His powers never came across as scarily powerful, just kind of cool and maybe fun at parties or helpful if he chose a career in construction. Or destruction, I guess. So, the tension was not really there. Again, I don't blame the actor, I blame the screenplay, I blame the script, I blame everything else. The actor did a good job. Our Doc Strange holds his own against him from the get-go. Which brings me to another negative point. Stephen Strange has no development of character. He goes from being an asshole screw-up to being on par with a villain in 2 cuts. Show us him growing and learning, maybe, in a visceral way. I get it that he's uniquely talented and learns insanely fast, but come on. There's no showing of growth over time, no build-up. It's more a light switch turning on. Hey, I'm Dr. Strange, magic is stupid, my hand's made of glass and nothing works, wait, never mind, I'm a superhero now, I forgot to turn my superpower switch on. We're good now. This was another movie that seemed to lack an act, like it was entirely missing. It went, hero is a dude, hero faces crisis of character, hero learns to be a hero defeats villain. The end. I always feel like in movies like this, the hero needs to have more, adversity. He needs to lose now and again, so I'd have to root for him. We needed a middle act where he fights the bad guys and loses, badly. Instead, he just starts fighting and keeps fighting until the movie is over. We get a minor break with some Ancient One shenanigans, but there's not really any time between that and facing the final fight immediately after. No real roadblocks, no challenges to overcome. He already held his own against the villain and 2 henchmen, mind you, where a master, air quotes, failed. And even then, it was on his first try or fight or runway magic off, whatever, Zoolander style. Plot armor, I guess. Or maybe Darkest Timeline sticker goatee powers. Hell if I know. The side characters were extremely side characters and actually did nothing at all the whole movie. All of the winning was done by Steven through his ability to go to his mind palace, look at things with his photographic memory, and figure out the problems analytically to come up with a solution on the fly. Does that remind you of another conceited egomaniac played by Benedict? No? Well, me neither. Overall, it lacked some things to make it feel like a whole movie all on its own. Maybe I'm just too harsh on origin story movies, as they can be a bit boring. Maybe I don't want a movie to feel like they came up with a mediocre story that fits the character so they could push out a movie explaining who this not well-known but massively integral to a later movie plots they're putting out. Jesus, I wrote a sentence way too long. Maybe I don't want a movie to feel like they came up with a mediocre story that fits the character so they could push out a movie explaining who this not well-known but massively integral to later movie plots they're putting out before they put out said bigger, better movie that they put more care into brainstorming character. Jesus, I'm never doing a sentence like that again. Christ. Maybe I want an actually good, full, solitary movie all on its own. Maybe I want one big, delicious hot dog instead of a tiny sausage still linked to 1,000 others. By the way, don't think I didn't notice the heavy-handed way they approached linking it to the other movies. You aren't subtle, Marvel. You're a great big purple dinosaur made for entertaining children.